Hello, welcome to your Total Resilience Yoga with Leland. My name is Leland Holgate. I am one of the trainers and also instructor here at Trauma Recovery Yoga or Total Resilience Yoga as well. I've been doing this work for a little over a year now on the trauma-informed side. And for yoga, I have been practicing for a little over 15 years, teaching for about 2.5, almost 3 years now. So I love this work, especially this form of yoga, this amazing form that we call the Try Method. So a couple of things that you'll notice, and we'll get into this again before we start, but a couple things that you'll notice the differences on that between regular yoga or a class you may have taken compared to this is there's no music. I don't walk around the room. I won't be burning any incense. And with the no music, I just micro cue the entire time to keep your mind from going to that dark and dreary place like it likes to drift every now and then. So you'll notice also that I call out choice, and you practice as much or as little as you want. If you sit on your mat and breathe the whole time, you're practicing yoga. If you lay back and breathe, you're practicing yoga. Also, if I'm too fast, you can slow it down. And if I'm too slow, you can vice versa speed that up for yourself. So we'll get started here at about 5:45. I like to check in early with you guys, make sure everybody knows the room is open. And also, it's a perfect time to get some perspective through moments or challenging times like we have currently. And even I have found myself a bit remiss on a couple of things that are really kind of staple and key for keeping yourself on point, or at least keeping yourself just at a normal balanced level in life, right? That's what we all want. We're all seeking balance. So, of course, it's easy to forget those things that really boost you up, or things that make you more than you already are. For instance, a daily routine is huge. And whether that daily, it doesn't matter what's in the daily routine, it's just something that maybe you do day in and day out. It kind of helps you focus your energy, remind yourself that you are human first, and that no matter what, everything will be okay. Whether you get what you want or you don't get what you want, it's always going to be okay. So I had fallen off that morning routine train for a little bit, got caught up into well, I've got to get this done, right? Or I've got to get this done, or this person needs this, or this person needs this, or even my own wants and needs. You know, sometimes we get caught up in our own wants and needs. I want to travel. I want to go camping. I want to do this. I want to do all these things that maybe at the moment were kind of removed from us or taken away, those options, but they'll come back. So I think the keeping myself on point with that daily check-in for myself, even if that routine is only like 5 minutes. You know, you wake up in the morning, maybe splash some water on your face, say a couple of good things to yourself in the mirror, like you're amazing, or it's going to be a great day, anything like that, to just kind of remind yourself to pay attention to you a little bit more. I think it's easy for us, especially in these times, to get caught up in everything else. So instead of getting caught up in everything else and the outside this and the outside that, just that 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even 15, if you can find 15 minutes in the morning, perfect, to just kind of hone you, figure out what you want for the day. So one of the ways that I do that is I don't look at it as a task. What do we want less of? Things to-do list, right? And from what I've noticed, the super successful people that are out there on this planet, that are out in the universe right now, they don't operate by to-do lists. They let their passion drive them. They make sure that they take small, continuous, consistent steps toward what they want to get done. And they continue to visualize exactly the way that exactly what they want to happen. Not the way they want it to happen, but what they want in their life. And they just focus on that and move forward with that in their mind. So that's what I'm working on doing for myself as well. It's just that check-in point. You know, what drives you? What is something that you really want in your life? Something you thought might have been unattainable, when in fact it was just a lack of focus that wasn't allowing you to get there. You know, a lot of times we think being busy is the way to get to what we want, or hard work, so to speak, is the way to get to what you want. Don't get me wrong, hard work really has its place, especially when you're trying to grind something out or really put your shoulder to the grind and work something for yourself. But it doesn't always have to be that busy work, especially when it comes to finding what works for you, or finding what makes you happy, or what in the morning might put a smile on your face, just to simply get those happy hormones flushing through your system early on in the day, to put you, so to speak, in that mindset of success at the beginning part of your day. So those are some of the questions that maybe you can ask of yourself. And I think it's helpful if you write these things down as well. You know, if you take and write down whatever might work for you, or maybe some suggestions for yourself in the morning, that'll put you on point, that'll make you focus just on those maybe 2 or 3 priorities for the day. You know, come up with those for yourself, and writing that down is powerful, because then you've brought it out into reality. It's something also, if you go, oh God, what did I write down earlier? You go back to it, you look at it, boom, you're right back to where you were, remembering whatever that priority is for the day. And remember, keeping busy, again, busy work doesn't mean you're getting more done. Being busy just means you're so busy that you can't fit any more into your mind. Usually that's where agitation and anxiety come from. You know, I think taking a step back for yourself and realizing what's important right now in this moment. What do I need to do to get to where I want to go, even on the simple things in life? So try to knock that busyness out of your life, and just that 5 to 15 minutes of focused energy on you in the morning will do amazing, amazing things, because that will focus you for the day on what you need to do. So when 50 million things pop up, like they naturally do, whether you have kids or whether you have a loved one or a partner, they're inevitably something from the outside has a want and a need, but you'll be able to manage that, move through it, and still get what you want done through the day. And then, of course, at the end of the day, the beautiful part about those routines is you feel accomplished at the end of the day. And what happens when you feel accomplished? You want to do more for yourself, especially when it comes to the morning routine. So if you feel accomplished at the end of the day and you think to yourself, wow, I really put me first, you know, not in it's actually a very selfish thing, but there's no way to be selfless unless you are selfish, to fill up that cup. So you can think at the end of the day, wow, I really did make me important. I put me above everything else, and look what I got done for not just me, but maybe for my kids, for my family, for my husband or wife. You know, you'll notice that these small victories really build into more and more and more victories. And the more that you continue to do this, it really becomes a rhythm. You know, it took me probably about a month and a half to 2 months of 5 to 15 minutes in the morning, just on myself every day. And the next thing you know, I realized what was important, what I could let go of, and that I didn't have to focus so much on keeping myself busy. Oh, I have to be doing something now. I've got 30 minutes now. Maybe I can sit for just about 5 minutes, feel my feet on the ground, feel my hands on my knees, and check back in with myself. Hey, Leland, what makes you happy right now? What might put a smile on your face? So you can do those check-ins throughout the day. And it does, I promise, it becomes easier as you continue to move along with these routines. So find something for you, please. I challenge everyone. Find 5 to 15 minutes in the morning. Write down tonight. Write down what you're going to do for you. 3 things. It can be something as simple as waking up in the morning and before you even get out of the bed saying, it's going to be an amazing day. It can be something as simple as looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, Leland. I'm proud of you, Leland. It's going to be an amazing day today, Leland. And then it can also be something as simple as adding in maybe a neti pot in the morning, something that you haven't done for yourself that you'd love to, or clipping your nails, you know, anything to pamper you. So 3 simple things in the morning, 5 to 15 minutes, write it down for yourself, maybe even give yourself a couple of minutes of just sitting in silence and thinking and visualizing what you want for the day. And then, of course, write that down for yourself so you can remind yourself later what you wanted to accomplish, and then at the end of the day, what you did accomplish. So I promise, if you find yourself doing that, make that into a routine, you're going to notice so many things change in your life. I notice I have, and just reminding me of those things has made me a little more level-headed, a little more grounded. And when those moments come, and we know they do in life, that spike or agitate or activate you or trigger you, so to speak, you can bring yourself right back down to a regular level, or at least 5 miles an hour slower than you were going before. And it becomes easier and easier. And that's a perfect caveat for this work, because we're going to get started now with our class today, Total Resilience Yoga. And this work for me, my name is Leland Holgate, and this work for me is really a game changer. It's helped settle me down. I was a combat veteran, recovering quadriplegic, also just last year, almost a year away now from losing the ability to walk from the waist down, losing everything there. And this has helped me come back from that physically, and then also mentally. It's helped me just become a little more grounded and aware of myself. So the more that I practice this method, the more I notice the self-regulation techniques that are inside of this method really do work. They help so much. You can take it off the mat in your car, at your office, at your home, anywhere you need to just kind of close off what's maybe triggering you and bring yourself right back to the moment. So pay attention for those self-regulations as we go. You'll hear me call things out. And I speak in science, not Sanskrit. So you'll understand on the logic side of things how your body is reacting to what we're doing at the moment. All right. So as we move forward, try to just be a little curious about where you're at. I know a lot of us judge ourselves based off of where we want to be and where we are. So just be more curious with yourself today. Just maybe pay attention a little bit to where you are for the moment and honor that space for you. As we move forward too, I'm also going to be up at the front. I won't play any music. I'm going to be micro cueing the whole time. So that keeps the mind from going to that dark and dreary place or the squirrel place like it likes to go every now and then. As well as I'll be modeling. So if you don't know what I call out, you can look over to your screen. Just pay attention to what I'm doing, and you can find your way into that pose. I'll call out options as well. So remember to press your choice, please. Do as much or as little as you want. If you sit and breathe, if you lay back and breathe, you are practicing yoga. Congratulations. Yoga is 95% breath work and is presence. It brings you into this moment. So allow yourself again to be where you are. We're going to start in a seated position, whatever that looks like for you. It can be cross-legged like me, legs straight, knees bent. Just find a comfortable position for you. Find your sitting bones connected to the mat. Sit up tall and just let your chin fall to your chest. Let your hands just rest on your knees. I'd like you to pick out 4 different colors here or 4 different patterns. Maybe the color of your skin in contrast to your mat. Maybe your mat in contrast to the floor. Maybe you pay attention to the patterns in the carpet or the floor. Patterns on your clothing. Anything to bring yourself into this moment now. And practicing some mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Check in with yourself. Just notice where you might be tense, where the breath may be restricted, maybe where you might be holding. Come from that place of curiosity. No need to judge yourself here for the moment. Just paying attention to where we are. And as we look down, we're sending the signal to our brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. Now pull your belly button in towards your spine. Really engage the lower intrinsic muscles by restricting the flow of urine. Pull your belly button in and up. You'll feel that area start to heat up at your internal core temperature, your internal furnace. This also helps pull all of that mind chatter down away from the brain where it can be burned up and used for fuel. Continue pulling your belly button in and up. Let that power build. Feel that power rise and realize that power comes from you. And now slowly start to release. With a 3-part breath, we're going to fill from the bottom all the way up to the top. So as you inhale, big belly into your chest, into the back of your eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly into your chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly into your chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. And slowly just come back to your normal rhythmic breath. It's that organic breath. And scan the body. Just notice the forehead released, jaw released, shoulders away from your ears. Hands gently laying on your knees with a slight separation in your fingers. On your next inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Head rolls back. Continue to roll around. Link your breath to your motion. Remember, this is your mat, your yoga, your rules, your pace. You'll hear that popping and cracking. It's just nitrogen leaving the joint. An old stagnant energy moved out. So roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. And give yourself a moment of pause. Let any dizziness subside. That's completely normal. On your next inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Continue to roll around. Link your breath to your motion, your pace, and allow that old stagnant energy to clean its way out, making way for the new. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself just a moment of pause. And slowly start to lift your gaze, blink your eyes open, and now pull your heels in, or just move your legs over to the side so we can make our way onto all fours. So your hands come underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And now as you inhale, I want you to imagine taking in all the clean, all the positive, all the healthy. As you exhale, crunch your right shoulder toward your right hip like you're squeezing the organs out. As you inhale back to the center, taking the clean, the positive, the healthy. Exhale, crunch to the left, squeezing out all that tension, all that negativity. Inhale back to the center, taking all that clean, all that good. As you exhale, wring out the organs, squeezing out all the bad. Inhale back to the center, taking all that clean and happy. As you exhale, crunch to the left. Remove all that tension, take away negativity. Inhale back to the center one more time. Fill up with the clean. Exhale, crunch to the right. Inhale back to the center, taking that clean and positive. Exhale, crunch to the left, wringing those organs out, cleansing out the toxins. Inhale back to the center. And now take your right leg toward the back of your mat. Your left arm comes forward. And you, whether you want to keep them both down, you can lift one up, or maybe you lift both up into the air. Press your belly button in toward your spine. As you inhale, reach both directions. Exhale, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Lower your hand and your knee back to your mat. Don't want you walking in circles, so let's do the left leg back. Right arm comes forward. You decide which one, both, one, or none. It's up to you. This is your mat, your yoga, your rules. As you inhale, reach both directions. Exhale, press your belly button to your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Slowly lower your hand and knee back down. Tuck your toes, press back to your first downward dog of your practice. Hands about shoulder width apart, feet can be about hip width apart. You can also bend at your hamstrings here, or bend at your knees to take your hamstrings out of the equation. So you can make your back nice and flat, straight, which helps decompress the spine. Let your neck just relax. And while we're here, we like to rock the two most powerful words in the universe. I am. Whatever those are for you, rock that today. I am happy. I am healing. I am healthy. As you breathe in, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center, look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And now we're going to move through some sun salutations. So these are meant to burn up that excess energy that we all carry around with us. I want to remind you, if I'm too fast, slow it down. If I'm too slow, you can speed it up for yourself. And remember, if you lay back and breathe, you're still practicing yoga. So do you, this is your practice. Stand at the front of your mat as you inhale, arms overhead. Breathe out, swan dive forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am committed. I am happy. I am growing. Rediscover your breath. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Breathe in, heart center. Breathe out, release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am generous. I am playful. I am beautiful. Inhale, heels up, see forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And now as you inhale, sit back and down. Maybe you look past your knees. Maybe you wiggle your toes, which helps put the weight in toward your heels. You can press your belly button in toward your spine. Arms come up overhead. And maybe you look up past your fingertips here. Looking up helps clear the fog off of the mind, bringing a little clarity to the situation. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am wealthy. As you inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, swing your right leg forward. Drop your back heel down. And inhale up to Warrior Two, or better known as the yogurt pose, dubbed by Joyce, since it's on all those damn yogurt commercials. Every single one of them, you see him doing this pose. Back leg straight and strong. You can bend in toward your front thigh to feel a little bit more of a stretch. You can also bring your front knee toward your pinky toe. You can also bring your shoulder blades together to create that straight line, while also letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. You can focus on the lunge. And now your front palm comes up. I'm going to give you a disco ball. It's filled with amazing, happy, positive energy. As you exhale, come back to your reverse warrior. Just let that shower down on you. As you inhale, come back to your Warrior Two. Bring your right elbow down to your right thigh. Reach up with your left hand. And now from here, you can choose to bring your hand down to the mat as you continue to reach, letting the stretch happen in the body. Now bring your left hand down, back heel comes up, and let's stretch across the body. Reach up with your right. Waking everything up. Continue to focus on your breath. Lower your right hand down. As you inhale, right leg comes back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams. I am blessed. I am fortunate. I am happy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And once again, back to everybody's favorite, sit yourself back and down for your chair pose. Your feet can be together, your knees can press together. It helps you sit a little bit lower. Arms up overhead, and maybe let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Feels a little better on the neck, right? As you look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am playful. I am brilliant. I am loyal. As you inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. And inhale up to warrior two on this side. Remember, it's up to you where you are in these poses. This is your yoga. Maybe you bend in towards your front thigh with your back leg straight. Maybe you check to see if your tailbone tucks underneath. You can sink a little lower and really feel that stretch into the hips. Or maybe your shoulders as you bring those together as you reach for the front of the room. And I'm going to bring your front palm up. Give you that same disco ball refilled with healthy, prosperous energy. As you exhale, come back to your reverse warrior. Let that shower down on you. You know you deserve it. And now inhale back to your warrior two. Left elbow comes down to your left thigh. Reach up with your right hand. And now you can also bring your left hand down to the mat. As you reach, bring your right hand down. Back heel comes up. And reach with the left. That's right. Stretch across the body on this side. Now slowly lower your left hand down. Left leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am fun. I am happy. I am powerful. As you inhale, heels up. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips just for a moment. Send a signal to your brain, all is well. I am happy. I am right where I should be. And release. And the last one for the chair pose. Sit yourself back and down. You can even let your hands just hang as we look down again, letting the brain realize that we are safe. And right where I should be, brain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams here once again. I am amazing. I am happy. I am healthy. As you inhale, right leg comes up. As you exhale, swing your right foot forward. Let your back knee come down. Now we're going to come up to a low lunge. But if your knees are like grandpa's here, you can bring both knees back as well and skip out on the lunge just to check in for this visualization. So as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And in between your hands, I'm going to give you a balloon, maybe a big sky lantern. I want you to see it. Imagine the feel, the texture, the color, the size. And now you're going to take out a big greasy marker, and I want you to write all over it what you want to let go of in your life. All the things that no longer serve you. Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe you don't have words for it, so you put a number or a color to it. Write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be recycled into something new. Reach up on your breath in. As you exhale, plant your hands. Press up to plank, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am a little sweaty. I am happy. I am fun. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your left leg forward, drop your back knee down, and come up to your low lunge. And once again, if you'd like, just like me, you can bring your knees back. Reach your arms up overhead. I'm going to give you another sky lantern or another balloon. Picture that in between your hands once again. This time, I want you to take out that marker. I want you to write down everything you want in your life. All those positive feelings. Maybe places that you want to visit. People that you want in your life. Write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you and those you love. Inhale, reach up, plant your hands, and come to your plank and back to down dog. You're welcome, yes. Now we can rock out our I ams. I am happy that part is over. I am playful. I am healing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, full. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain once again that all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. All right. So we're going to take a step to the front of your mat. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see me. Hands onto your hips. Take a little hop. You'll notice your feet naturally land directly underneath your hips. I know sometimes I used to think my hips were super wide. Not the case. Just a little hop. Feet land right underneath. And now my favorite exercise of all time. Lift all of your toes. Separate your toes. Now press your pinky toes down. Press your big toes down. And now pinky toe, big toe, middle toe. If you can do that, please send us a video. You're going to make me pass out. Press all four corners of your feet down into the mat. Start to engage each muscle, your calves. Feel your quads engage. Feel your belly button press into your spine. Hands come down toward the mat, fingertips being pulled by an invisible force. Shoulder blades come together. Feel your heart space shine forward, and the crown of your head grows with each contraction of your muscle. Keep everything engaged. Feel how tall, how powerful you are. You are a mountain. You are that immovable force. Keep everything engaged. When I count down from 5, I want you to let everything hang. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just let everything go. And notice the body. Notice the forehead. Shoulders fallen from the ears, jaws released. Your mat and earth are still there to support you. Everything just a little more relaxed. Slowly start to lift your gaze. And now as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, maybe you grab around your big toes with your peace fingers. Maybe your hands come underneath your feet, or you can just bring your arms behind your knees. Completely up to you. This is your mat, your yoga, your rules. Bend at your knees. Let your chest just rest on your thighs. And this can be completely passive. For those that do want to make it active, you can pull with your elbows moving east and west and work at straightening your legs for that beautiful stretch. No matter where you are, the important part is your heart above the head. This helps the heart get a break that it deserves so much. It's always fighting gravity. You also feel that blood starting to build with happy hormones up at the tip of the spinal column. Here in just a moment, you'll find out why we call this the Xanax of yoga. Release your hands up to your hips. Pull your belly button in toward your spine and very, very slowly tick yourself up. Head comes up last. Oh, isn't that one of the best feelings on the planet? Let's do that again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, maybe you switch it up. Maybe your palms go underneath. Maybe you just grab behind your knees. Maybe you grab your big toes. Up to you. You can also make this just passive. We're hanging out, letting the heart get the break that it needs. You can make it active by pulling with your arms, straightening your leg, letting the heart get the break, and also helping tone our vagus nerve system that helps enact that relaxed side of our body. Release your hands. Hands come up to your hips. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And slowly, like it's a game, to come up last. Tick yourself up. Oh, let's do that one more again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you pick it. Maybe you just let your arms hang out. You just let the body do the work. You can bend at your knees. Chest rests on your thighs. And once again, letting gravity do all the work for the heart here for just a moment, since it's constantly having to fight with us walking and sitting and running. Now bring your hands up to your hips, pull your belly button into your spine, and slowly start to tick yourself up. Oh, I can do that all day, so we best move on. Step your feet in together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower down, have push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And one more time, rock those I ams for yourself. I am amazing. I am committed. I am letting go. Slowly lower your knees down to your mat and make your way onto your seat. You heard me mention letting go. Sometimes that is the hardest pose in yoga. So we're going to bring our feet together, sitting on our mat, sitting bones connected. And it's up to you how close or how far away your heels are. That is personal preference. You'll notice the closer they are, you get a little bit more stretch into the hips. It gets a little more intense. So you can back off of that. I know I need to a little bit. I think I brought them too close. There we go. You find that position for you. You can also sit up nice and tall. Bring your shoulder blades together to help protect your spine. You notice we always want to protect the spine. Your thumbs come across the pads of your feet. And it's tough for me, but some people can press their elbows down into your thighs if you want a little extra stretch into the hips. Of course, this is where we hold most of our emotional baggage in the hips, so it's nice for us to let it go sometimes. Right now, we're going to focus on one of my favorite exercises. If you look down at your feet and pull them open like a book, this becomes the book of your life. Beautiful part about that is you are the author. You hold the pen. You control the keyboard. You get to write that next chapter. It doesn't matter what happened in the chapters previous. Let's write that next one right now. You can stretch your heart over that book and just start to think about everything that you want to happen in that next chapter of your life, all the things you want to experience. Write it from your heart as if you can feel the happiness from obtaining the things that you want. It could be simple things. Write all of those things into that next chapter. Maybe where you want to go, or a trip that you've been looking at taking. Maybe a person that you'd like in your life, a place that you want to visit. Write everything down that you want for this next chapter. Feel yourself getting it. Now we're going to surrender that story, knowing that it's going to happen. We're just going to take our hands forward, let our chin drop. Continue to think on everything that you just wrote into this chapter of your life. How amazing that's going to be. How amazing it already is. Now slowly start to walk your hands in. You can lift your gaze. Take your hands to the outside of your knees. Sometimes it's nice. Bring a little assistance. Bring yourself back up. And we're going to make our way into boat. You're going to build a boat today. So, sitting bones toward your mat. Let your knees be bent, feet to your mat. Hands come behind your hamstrings. And keep your elbows nice and wide here. This helps promote a long, straight spine. Start to increase that distance between your knees and your chest. You'll feel your core engage. That's your sign. You can lift your legs up here if you'd like. Feet or shins parallel to the mat, elbows wide. You'll notice that shake. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's us shaking the fear out of our body, that neurogenics, making sure that we get rid of all that excess energy. It's like a cheetah after it hunts. You notice how they just shake like crazy, getting rid of all that excess energy. That's what we're shaking loose ourselves, because fear serves us no longer. Right ankle over your left, heels come in, plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Come right back to your boat. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you got an inner tube like me. Maybe you got a speedboat. Maybe you got a sailboat. It is completely up to you. Just let that shake take place. And notice that fear leaving the body. Fear is false evidence appearing real. The left ankle over your right. Heels come in. Plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And come right back to your boat one more time. This is it. We're just shaking that last little bit free. I know you got it in you. Maybe you keep your legs straight this time. Maybe you bend your knees. Fear also stands for face everything and rise. Right ankle over your left, heels come in, plant your hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Now pull your heels in toward your hips once again, or just move your legs over to the side and make your way onto all four. Now keep your hands underneath your shoulders, your hips, or your knees. I can't word today. I don't know what my problem is. So keep yourself right where you are here for just a moment. And we're going to press up into plank. So you can step your legs back, plank. You can also have your knees down here. So if you're at that point, that's fine. Rock it out. Maybe your ankles are up. Maybe you're in your full plank. And let your heels drop over to the left. Reach. Or to the right, reach with your left arm. You can also bring your bottom knee down to give yourself a little support as you reach. And now bring your left hand back down. Hold your plank for just a moment. Let your heels fall to the left. Reach with your right. Remember that bottom leg can come down for support. And now bring yourself back to your plank. Just one more. Let yourself come down to your forearms. Interlock your fingers. Notice that pocket there, that space. I want you to inhale, take in all the power, all the strength, all the courage. As you exhale, trap that for you. That's yours to keep or to share. Slowly start to lower your knees down. Let your forearms or elbows come wide and pick your favorite ear. And just check into yourself here for the moment. Feel the difference in the body from your forehead down through your jaw. You can feel the shoulders opening. Maybe you listen to the heartbeat and that story that it continues to tell. Lift yourself up to your chin, switch off your ears. Give yourself just a moment. We're going to let the copter pass by. Like to be low and loud, so breathing in to our body. Maybe you pay attention to that imprint that you're leaving on the ground. Maybe you pay attention to the feel of your arms off the mat on the floor. And now bring yourself back to your chin and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Hands under shoulders, tops of your feet press into the floor. And as you inhale, come up to a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. As you inhale up, baby cobra, maybe you lift your hands. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up, baby cobra. Maybe you lift your hands. Maybe you lift your legs. And now slowly lower yourself back down. Press yourself up to all fours. And take your knees to the edge of your mat. Toes come together. Let your hips sit back. Forehead comes to the mat. Arms move forward for a child's pose. This is a pose of safety, of calming to the body. Helps awaken that inner child. You can also activate a beautiful pressure point in our forehead here. Roll your forehead left and right. This helps bring your heart rate down just slightly. Now let your forehead settle. And press your way up. Bring your knees together. And one of my favorites, we're going to sit into hero's pose. Don't mind me, I'm just collecting all the beach sand here. Sit up nice and tall. You can close or soften your eyes. Just let your hands rest on your thighs. And again, notice the difference in the body from the forehead, relaxed jaw, shoulders away from your ears, your hands just gently lying in your lap. You may notice that you feel stretched. Maybe you've let something go. Hero's pose is a great one for me to remind me that I can't always be a hero, but I can be a champion for me. Always show up for me. You can do the same for you. Start to blink your eyes open. Now just move your legs out of the way or find your way onto your back. So we're going to come all the way down. Let yourself all the way down onto your mat. And now some of my favorites. This one is called waterfall. So waterfall, bring your legs up. Your legs don't essentially have to be straight. You can be bent slightly at the knees. Hands come behind your hamstrings for a little support. You'll start to already feel that tingle in the legs. That's the blood coming back to the upper body, this visceral part of the body where we need it for digestion, for heart function, for lung function, brain function, all the important things in our body. Can also help it along. As you inhale, press your toes to the sky. Exhale, pull your toes back. Inhale, press your toes up. And again, find your rhythm. Find your pace with your breath. Maybe you even pedal your feet, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. 5 to 10 minutes of this before bed, I sleep like a baby. This pose helps out with insomnia, anxiety, depression. So many of the things that are caused by the blood not being up here in this area for our normal body functions. Right, and now just bring yourself to a still moment for just a bit. Bring your ankles, right ankle over your left, bend at your knees, grab outside your knees for your toes, let your heels come into your hips, let your knees come down. Now you can let go of the toes or you can hold on to them. You notice the mid-back start to lift. This is a modified fish pose. That's exactly what we're looking for. Taking care of the spine. Since we took care of stretching, we took care of the letting go. So another few moments. Now to come out of this easily, just lift your knees up toward the sky, place your feet onto the mat, and bring your legs one more time up. This time we're going to keep our legs nice and straight. Toes back to your knees. Match that angle with your arms. Palms come to touch. And now slowly start to lower your legs to about a 45-degree angle and match that angle with your arms, forming a bit of a jackknife. You notice again the core engages. There's that neurogenics. We're letting that shake take place where fear just leaves the body because we no longer need it. It no longer serves us. I'm going to count down from 5, and you slowly lower all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your feet separate about hip distance. Let your toes just fall open. And let the backs of your hands come down to the floor or the mat with your palms face up. Maybe you get any last little shifts out of the hips, out of the shoulders. Find that comfortable spot for you. And just let yourself be here for the moment. We'll start with a body scan starting from the forehead. As you continue to breathe, you notice the forehead release, the jaw release. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. With each breath, your shoulders sink into the mat. Your spine becomes heavy. You let your hips and shoulders sink deeper into the mat. Your arms and legs become heavier and heavier. With every sound, with every note, with every word, you find yourself falling further and further into that peaceful state of mind. Start to run through everything in your life that you're thankful for. Remember the simple things. That clean drinking water, your family and friends. Maybe the simple ability to walk, to practice yoga. The ability to see good in every situation. Be thankful for food, for technology and the social connection that it creates, for your health, for the breeze maybe, for that moment that you get for yourself. Continue to run through that gratitude slideshow. Think of everything in your life that puts a smile on your face and a smile on your heart. Continue to focus on all of that happiness. Focus on all of those things that you're thankful for. I want you to picture yourself walking down a path. very beautiful forest. Tall trees surrounding you, beautiful flowers and bushes. You hear the birds chirping. You see small animals playing. With every step, with every word, with every sound, you fall further and further into that state of peace and tranquility. You continue to walk down this path. You notice the beauty that surrounds you. You can smell the flowers. Maybe you see the bees collecting their nectar. As you continue to walk, you notice up ahead that you're coming to a river. You get closer. You can start to hear the sound of the river rushing by. A gentle medium pace. You settle onto the shore, and maybe you skip a stone. Notice the fish jumping in play. You notice a raft over to the side, and you decide to take a trip down the river. You put the raft in the water. You climb aboard your raft. You press off from the shore. And the river gently whisks you away. You enjoy the slow pace. You let yourself lay back. You start to notice the clouds as you let the river rush by. You hear the sound of the water, a fish jumping every now and then, the sound of the breeze as it blows by, kissing you on the cheek. You hear the birds singing your praises. You notice the clouds with their unique shapes and sizes. And as they come, you see them pass by. These are your thoughts, just like these clouds. They come, and then you watch them grow. You watch them arrive as you watch it pass by. And with each sound, with each cloud, you find yourself further and further into that state of peace. You continue to watch these beautiful clouds, this partly cloudy, beautiful day. You notice that we're coming up toward the shore. You gently rest upon the shore and pull your raft onto the sand. You notice a path leading away from the river. You start to walk down this path. This time this path leads you up a hill. At the end of the path is a beautiful meadow with flowers surrounding the edges, the softest grass. And ahead of you, you notice a building, that safe place that only you can find. You walk up to this building. You turn the handle, open the door, and step inside. You close the door. You turn to notice this room is exactly the way that you want it to be. It's furnished exactly the way you like. Over to the side, you notice a window. The size of this window is up to you. You can decide to open this window just slightly to let that beautiful breeze come in. As you notice off in the distance, the river, you hear the water rushing by once again. This safe place can be called on at any time that you need it. All you need to do is close your eyes and think of your safe place. You look onto the table and you notice a piece of paper or parchment. You take out a pencil. You mark down a note and location for your safe place so that you can find it at any point in time. Fold up that piece of paper, place it into your pocket. Know that only you can read its contents. Step toward the door. Open your door. Take a step outside. Bring yourself back very slowly to the room. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and keep your eyes closed. Make your way to your favorite side. Bring your bottom arm up to cradle your head, and your top hand just rests on the mat. Knees come into your chest. This fetal position is a position of serenity, of peace, of security. We lived here for 10 months before entering this world, so our body remembers. This is also a pose of nurturing. It reminds us that we can give ourselves anything that we need in this life because we have it all inside of us. Keep your eyes closed. Press your top hand down onto the mat. Bring your way up to your seated pose. Now let your hands just rest onto your knees, or maybe you bring your hands up toward heart center. Let your chin fall to your chest. And just for a moment, notice that this is a bow, and you're bowing in honor of respect for yourself, for making you important. Remember as we move through the week that the past is history, the future is a memory, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. It's been an absolute pleasure. The light in me recognizes and knows the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And we will be here, myself personally, I'm here every Wednesday evening at 5:45. If you'd also like to try out our Try Harder, or Level 2, I teach that in the mornings on Wednesday and Saturday. And other than that, we do have other classes if you look on traumarecoveryyoga.org for breathing exercises, We have chair yoga as well. So we have a lot for everybody that's out there. So if you know somebody that needs these classes, you know somebody could really use this, maybe give them a gift of a message or a share, and just let them know this channel is there for them, just like we're there for you guys. All right, thank you so much. My name is Leland Holgate, and I look forward to practicing with you all again very soon. Have an amazing, amazing day. And me, as I walk up close to you and say goodbye. Take care, y'all. It's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Namaste.